Some of the changes we've made to Memoranda include some changes to the preferences dialog. Now here in the dialog you'll notice that there's a few less radio buttons than there were before. Those were moved over to this advanced tab over here. Now you'll also notice a new set of radio buttons called user types. These types help configure the radio buttons in advanced and help configure your settings based on what kind of user you are. If you are a heavy user, then it'll start up as minimized and enable the system tray icon. It will minimize the taskbar and it will hide when you close. This is because a heavy user will probably want Memoranda running in the background so that certain things like events and timers and task alarms will still be able to go off and everything will still be running and tracked. Now a casual user will most likely use Memoranda in a different way. So it's no longer start, minimize, and enable system tray icon, so it's just the plain view you see here, and it no longer hides when you do the window close action. It closes and exits, because when you click the X as a casual user, you're more likely to want the window to close than as a heavy user. And if you change any of the radio buttons here in advanced, like let's say I just want to put those two on, you'll notice that the radio button for user types gets changed to custom.
We have a quick way to switch to task and processes. If you click on the right menu, you see a new function called a process. Click on it, it will switch tab into process and highlight what's over here on the task. This is a parent of processing, and under that processing you have a bunch of lists of tasks, subtasks that you must complete.
And another one of Memoranda's new features is this new tool tab, and you can open the timer. Inside the timer you have a couple options. You can start, reset, or set. I will set this for 10 seconds should be fine. Click start. As you can see, the timer runs down till it reaches the end. It's supposed to play a noise. Unfortunately, we don't have that working quite yet, but let's set it for an extra 10 minutes. Now, as you can see, while it's running, you can click stop, and you can also reset it. Now, it'll keep running after you click reset, but if you click stop and reset, it resets. We have a normal stopwatch, which uses the same layout as timer, except it's just stop, start, and restart. Then you have an alarm where it gets your current time, and you're able to set alarms at whatever time you need to. So let's set one for 55. You can enable it or disable it. And then you exit. Oh, a quick thing I want to show is that while the timer saves, and while the timer is running, you can still do whatever you need in Memoranda, and it's still working. So this works in the background. It's not just a dialogue. And that should be it for all the new features we've implemented in Sprint 3.